fuck. And these be the main ones, wanting somebody to put their face in the place to say grace. And hell no. Take care of that shit. Get your ass waxed every couple weeks or whatever. Dollar Shave Club is fucking cheap and works very well. I use them on my face. So, take care of that shit. It's just, ugh. Basically, your crotch should not look like my chin. Oh, that's fucking gross. Yeah. And you know what I want to talk about? And I'm talking to like pretty much everybody on this because everybody needs to do this. If you're knowledgeable in any field, at some point you should take on an apprentice, or at the very least, at some point you should teach somebody how to fucking do some shit better. Myself, I've been a dating coach for like the last 5 years now, and I've been dating for the last 17 years. I went on my first date at 15, and I'm 32 now. So yeah, I've grown pretty well at the whole dating game and stuff. And when I see people bad at it, excuse me, when I see people bad at it, sometimes I let them know what I do and my prices and my ranges and stuff. But if you're really, really fucking up, and I mean really fucking up, like you're like almost putting motherfuckers' lives in danger fucking up, I'm gonna work with you for free. And here's the story about how I decided to work for free for once. So, and I'm not gonna use names. I'm not gonna use names at all. But hopefully, this motherfucker is listening and he can understand what the fuck I'm trying to help him accomplish. I have a friend. We're gonna call him Juarez. Who, young cat. He's like 22, 21, 22. He's fairly young, and he, for lack of a better term, moves very fast in his romantic liaisons. Moves very fast and very much often with the wrong people. And he has a pattern of moving fast with the wrong fucking people. Now, good, bad, right, or wrong, you're going to do whatever the fuck you want to do. However, you still have to think about consequences of your actions, So, when he first, invited me into, knowing about his dating life, I won't call him dating woes because he seems happier than a pig and shit about this shit, but he's fucking around with a married chick. And I'm like, all right, whatever, cool. Do whatever you're gonna do, young man. You're 22. I'm me thinking. I'm putting myself in a situation and thinking, oh, okay, he's just messing around with somebody who's married, and that's just gonna be it, and it's gonna be like a 1 or 2 time thing, and he's gonna move on. No, this son of a bitch decided to get into a quasi relationship with this person, and who's still married, by the way. Who's still, and that's not even funny because it's like, yeah, I'm not the morality police at all. If you're gonna have an affair with somebody, do your thing, keep that shit safe, and keep that shit as simple as fucking possible. No, y'all want to put relationship tags on it. Okay, that's not keeping shit simple because one, you're in a relationship with somebody on a legal level. So yeah, that happens, and then it's not happening anymore. All right. And now he tells me, yeah, I moved on. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You moved on. Awesome. What's on the scope now? Well, now he's talking about he's dating the married woman's roommate. Okay. And people are angry about it. Okay. Now, my thing is, one, the married chick, who I'm not even gonna make up a name for, shouldn't be getting angry at anybody. But whatever, you're gonna, I guess, because logic. You shouldn't be getting mad at anybody because you want to cheat on your fucking husband with this young cat, and shit's not going well, I guess, and shit falls apart. All right. But then, yeah, you don't want to ever live with your Eskimo family. You really don't, especially with the Eskimo sisters. Those are women who have, hooked up with the same dude. Now, I don't even know all about that. I really don't care. We're just going to assume because we're all adults here, okay? And just to keep the story moving. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, I really want to get. I'm like, you really want to get with this person? Because 2 weeks ago, you really wanted to be with that person. And I'm telling you, and this is me telling you, Juarez, you need to fucking slow the fuck down and realize, one, you're 22. There is no reason whatsoever you need to be in a serious relationship right now. And I'm not saying that because you're 22. I'm saying that because your actions dictate that you're not ready to be in a fucking relationship, bro. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not talking down on you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. There's nothing wrong with not being in a relationship, You can, because when you're not in a relationship, the responsibility of being in a relationship is no longer there. You can fuck around with whoever the fuck you want, as long as your life and their lives are not in danger. Because now you fucking around with the roommate or somebody that you was messing around with. At any point, this motherfucker can get put out. You didn't think of that. You didn't think of that till I told you about that shit. Oh, she can come live with me. Really? Really? Because, living with your significant other is some serious shit. Here's how serious it is. I'm 32. I've been in some committed relationships. I've lived with zero of my significant others. I've spent extended nights over. I have clothes at, clothes over there. They got clothes over here or whatnot. But I've never shared a lease with somebody that I was dating at all. And it's not, and for anybody listening to that, that's not a fear of commitment or anything like that. Shit just wasn't popping off like that to the point where it's like, hey, let's move in. No, you'll get a key eventually, but other than that, it's just, it don't trip too much on that. But yeah, so at this point, I decide, you know what, fuck this shit. I gotta basically just bring this dude into the fold and like hit him to some game before some shit really goes wrong. And he's going around, singing Brian McKnight and singing the goddamn blues because shit didn't go right, because you gotta just relax and focus. And this is what I tell young cats all the time, and I hope my little brother's listening to this too, because you're a little younger than this guy. But my little brother's actually, he's in a pretty decent, steady relationship. But at the same time, you got to listen to this. At some point, you got to learn how to attract women as opposed to chasing women. I make a joke that when I work out, I don't do cardio because I don't want these hoes thinking I'm chasing them. Oh, I really don't. But at the same time, it's like you got to learn, as a man, you got to learn how to attract and not chase. Because you fucking up your dating credit report. That's what I'm saying. So cool it down, man. Slow it down and just take some time to yourself, because what it looks like is just that you're dating like a lot of women date. Like you just bounce from relationship to relationship to relationship because you don't know who you are and you identify with the relationships that you're in. You can't do that. Especially as a man. You got to be a fucking groundhog. You got to be the same fucking person each and every time. Steadily getting better. Ladies too. You can't get just like stuck into, you can't lose your identity in some of these dudes that you dating or whatnot. You can't just lose your identity in somebody and just bounce from person to person to person because you don't know who the fuck you are and you need somebody else to define your existence. Fuck that. You define your existence. That's what the fuck we're getting at. So yeah, calm the fuck down on that shit. Chill out. Date around. Date outside of your fucking comfort zone too, because you're keeping this shit too close. And that shit will prove to be the fucking demise of you. We live in LA. We are in the second most populated city in this fucking country, dude. There are fucking millions of people here. You ain't got to talk to the same 8 that you see every fucking day. So calm the fuck down on that. Everybody, it's very important for your ass to just, if you're good at something, get yourself an apprentice and start teaching them so they can be good at something. Don't watch people. You don't have to be the only person who's good at some shit. There's room for everybody to fucking grow. Again, I live in the second most populated city in the country and shit. There's other people here that I can fucking lace up. you know. And I'm gonna start doing that too. I see the need for it now, especially with something like these younger cats and stuff. I just gotta fucking get them to a point where, you know, they just ain't chasing these bitches, you know. Because when you stop and look, at what you're going for, it more times than not ain't what the fuck you after. So think about that. Y'all thought I was gonna do it. Nope, not yet. That's an inside joke on that one. Well, yeah, that's been our show. Yeah, I thought I was gonna go a little bit longer, but no, I got everything I wanted to say out concisely and stuff. Thank you guys all for listening. Thank you guys for sharing the show. Once again, every Tuesday night, I'm at Dave and Buster's Hollywood in, you know, Hollywood, on Hollywood and Highland, hosting trivia at 9 o'clock. You guys can go down there. You can see me live. I'm fucking hilarious. I wear nice t-shirts and stuff every time that I'm there, whatnot. We got drink specials and all that. Come down, say hey to a brother. I also work out at 24 North Hollywood if you want to come down there. I'm going to start going hiking again because it's warming up outside. So if you guys want to hang out, work out, do all that stuff, email me, aaronp1231@me.com. You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/AaronRoundPal, Instagram, Your Favorite Skinny Man, or you can find me on Tumblr, Adventures of Aaron, I guess, or Twitter, Aaron Has Spoken, and Snapchat, AaronP1231. Those are all my social media platforms. Look up my name, Aaron R. Powell, on Amazon.com to buy my books. If you say you can't afford them, get your broke ass a job, because my books are cheap as fuck. And use some of that tax refund money to buy some fucking books to better your fucking life. Stop buying bullshit you don't need. But that's it. I'm going to leave you guys with one of my favorite songs. It's been a while since we played some Chromeo. I was just realizing that when I was leaving the gym today. So this is Lost on the Way Home with Chromeo featuring, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Solange Knowles, Beyonce's little sister, who I think is the better singer. If you want to debate that, I don't give a fuck. But this is Lost on the Way Home by Chromeo. This is the jam. And I'm dedicating this to somebody special because she's kind of cool. So if you listening, this one's for you.
When you know the truth, I know you're thirsty for a change, but nothing